All right, hey, this is Act 2 of the podcast. We're getting right back into it. If you missed Act 1, go back and listen to that thing. Otherwise, this isn't going to make any sense. Okay, see ya. The output resolution is at 1,280 times 720. That's what it's at. So that's a little lower than what you had put down as 1920 times 1080. No, I think I'm good in that. But I am curious about that bit rate. Do you think I should change that? I mean, you probably know more about this shit than I do. When I got this show started, I paid people to put this all together. And so they built all this shit through the software. And they go, all right, all you got to do is hit go. And then boom, you're broadcasting to the world. Now here I am with my cock in my hand, and it's a huge pile of shit. So, Tophus, let me know in the chat if you think I should monkey with the bit rate. Until then, we press on. A mayor in Louisiana, who some of you are going to suggest should go free, she's going to go to prison for quite some time. And the mayor had a party with a bunch of 16-year-old boys with them. And she decided to start porking one of the boys. This is her. I remember talking about this chick before, but some of the details have come out in court that are just ridiculous about this psycho. I don't understand. That's the thing. When you hear about young people doing foolish things, that's one thing. But when you hear about an adult doing something that's so ridiculously, out of left field, and it is more sinister if a dude does it to a girl. We all know that. I think we all agree on that. But in the eyes of the law, if you are an adult and you have sex with a child, it doesn't matter male or female, you are going to go to prison for a long, long time. And that is what is happening to this hot chick, even though some of you jackasses will suggest that she should be set free because she's pretty hot. But this is ridiculous. The mayor of a small town in in Louisiana, it said L.A. and threw me off. She was just found guilty having sex with her son's best friend, who is 16. The jury reached the trial reached a verdict after deliberating less than an hour. The 43-year-old former leader of DeRidder, Louisiana, was convicted on charges of, officially the charges were hold on a second here. Oh, my God. Yeah, she's definitely a babe. Carnal knowledge of a juvenile and indecent behavior with a juvenile. What is wrong with you? You can be that attractive. You could probably pork any guy you wanted to. And here you are having sex with young boys. You animal. Knowing full well this could go horribly wrong. I'm going to say this, though. If I'm 16 and I'm having sex with a hot 43-year-old, I'm probably going to keep that to myself so that I can continue to have sex. Excuse me. The conviction comes after the boy that she had sex with at the party testified in front of jurors that he was drunk when the sex crime unfolded. Sentencing is scheduled for April 17th. She carries a maximum of 10 years for the first charge and 7 years for the second. Stand by. The jury saw previous testimony from several witnesses of the incident, including an interview from the Sun telling investigators he, quote, saw mom hooking up with his pal through a crack in the window. Ugh. That's a core memory for life. Can you imagine being there? Like, oh my God, that's something that'll stick with you forever. Meanwhile, her daughter also testified that she saw her and the 16-year-old, quote, on top of each other. So not only was this happening, but they weren't even doing a good job of trying to make this, like, conspicuous. The disgraced mayor's best friend and former sister-in-law, she's obviously divorced now, Jill Weaver, testified to jurors that she had overheard the woman's teenage son screaming that his mom, quote, effed his best friend after the drunken pool party when she was asked to help mediate the chaos. After that night, the victim's mom texted Roberts about the possibility of her becoming pregnant, and Roberts assured the mom, wait a minute, the mom? After that night, the victim's mom texted her and said, hey, you might be pregnant now. My God. No wonder why it took less than an hour to deliberate. They even called to have a Plan B delivered after the party by a DoorDash driver. Oh, my God. So not only do you have eyewitnesses seeing you take the child to Pound Town, you've got the conversation with the former sister-in-law, but hey, you might be pregnant. I shouldn't say that, the mom of the kid that, oh, God. And then the DoorDash driver. Insane. I noticed that during the telling of that story, it appears that I came and went. I am just going to keep it going. I'm not going to restart. As long as it keeps recording, it'll help make the audio podcast. That's all I can do. Just keep waiting for you by the cars. Oh, my God. I do want to get into a little bit of what is happening with former Governor Tim Walz. He is speaking in front of a House Oversight Committee. I should say current governor. He's not running anymore. This was the guy that was running for vice president with Kamala Harris. You may have heard about this. Minnesota is in for $9 billion in fraud. And I'll just read this. Tim Walz and Attorney General Keith Ellison testified before the House Oversight Committee on their administration's response to massive fraud claims in child nutrition and Medicaid programs, which Republicans say cost taxpayers up to $9 billion. The hearing spotlighted a $250 million scheme tied to the Feeding Our Future nonprofit, with over 70 people charged, mostly Somali Americans, and explosive growth in autism services reimbursements from $1 million in 2017 to $343 million in 2024. Tim Walz highlighted Minnesota's low 2.1 Medicaid improper payment rate versus the national 6.1% average and noted $60 million recovered, while Republicans accused officials of ignoring warnings since 2019. So the fraud has been happening. And he's like, Yeah, well, maybe, but when it comes to improper payment for Medicaid, which is health care for the indigent, we're 4 points lower than the rest of the country. Now, to me, that doesn't sound that great. I mean, maybe it is. But you're still looking at, $9 billion, if that's true, what the Republicans are saying. Now, the last time I heard from Tim Walz was when he was running to be vice president. And I like that. I mean, I liked him when he was running. He seemed like, hey, I like that guy. But now I'm not so sure. So his ass is being held to the fire. And this is a clip from the this House Oversight Committee with Tim Walz on Capitol Hill. I think I could watch this shit all day because of the confrontations that go on between people.
Yep. And would you agree that as governor, ultimately you're responsible if tax dollars are defrauded?
Yes, I would agree.
Yep. Would you also agree that calling somebody racist is a serious accusation?
If they are racist, I think it's probably
I'm asking
accurate.
is that a serious accusation to make about somebody?
I think it's just an observation of reality.
Okay. You see, that's a dodge there. If someone says, is it a serious allegation to call someone a racist? Like if someone asked any of you, hey, you think if you call someone a racist that is a serious allegation? I would say yes. I think that at that point, all Tim Walz can say is yes. But I think Tim Walz here knows what this guy is, where he's going. So that's why he's saying it the way he's saying it.
About somebody.
I think it's just an observation of reality.
All right, well, let's go there. Is it racist for a government official to identify fraud?
That answer should be no.
No.
No. Is it Islamophobic?
Again, no.
To identify fraud?
To identify fraud?
No, I don't believe it would be.
How come multiple whistleblowers have said that your administration told them not to say anything about widespread fraud across multiple agencies because doing so would be considered racist or Islamophobic?
Whenever you get those moments, you're just so fucked. I would just say, oh, ask them.
I can't speak to it because it's not anything I would say.
Well, that's what your administration has said and has told whistleblowers. And as you just testified, the buck stops with you. That's what you stated in your statement whenever you announced you weren't running again.
Oh, you're so fucked. Yeah, that's great. That is great drama. My God. So I don't know if that's part of the reason why Trump went so hard on Minnesota. As it appears, the stream has again puked. I will just keep going as long as I can. It's embarrassing. Topher says, I feel like this could be political. Hard to trust anyone anymore. Topher adds, what is that hair thing going on? I think he's referring to Tim Walz. I have no idea. All right. I'm going to test this bit rate. Maybe if I drop the bit rate down to 5,000, maybe that'll help your old pal EZ. I don't know. Let me know if you notice a change. All right. Not a bad fight, I guess, in this basketball game. Women's basketball, doesn't matter who's playing. Something goes crazy. And the next thing you know, you got chicks throwing punches. Here you go. All right, I saw it now. Okay. Now, I want you to keep your eye on this ref here. Lady ref comes in. And this chick here, the tall chick with the mask, the black chick, she's going to throw a random punch. The ref kind of gets in the way of it, but I don't think the ref got hit. But yet the ref falls like a sack of potatoes. What happened? Why did... It's like she fainted. I like how this chick, the ref in the background, black chick in the background, she's like, oh, no! This is happening. So this punch here, this right hand by this tall chick, that it just glances the top of this ref's head. And watch the ref. Oh, she's down. All right, I'm trying to look for any belligerents. I don't see a lot. I see a lot of peacemaking as Dr. Phil runs in. Oh, my God. I think this, I don't know why she fell. I'm watching it piece by piece. A lot of people being pulled away. Nothing too major, nothing too bad. All right, there wasn't a great brawl. Just a lot of shoving, separate. The ladies seem to have better control of themselves than men in basketball. Men are animals. They just go bananas. These ladies seem to have it figured out, and they were able to break them up. Meanwhile, this ref who went down with a fake punch. Why is she even down? I don't understand. I don't know. Donut Dan says she is prepping her lawsuit against the league. LOL. By the way, Big Dan, I got you on that voice work. I will get that done today. I promise you. I promise you I will not let you down. Speaking of politics, this is Maureen's pal, Chris Swanson. And she's going to be so upset that I played this without her here. I don't think she's here right now. I mean, I don't blame her. It's been so strange to actually get any momentum on this show. But this is Maureen's dreamboat. Okay, everybody's got a hall pass. Maureen says, I'm here now. Outstanding. I think Maureen sent me this. This is sexy Sheriff Swanson. And, boy, his head is very narrow. He's got a narrow head. Anyway, last time we saw sexy Sheriff Swanson, he did a video where he got a flat tire, and he had one of those kits where you can repair it, like by the side of the road, and he showed how good he was at repairing the tire, and he ended it with Swanson for governor because I'm a working man and I work and I can do things with my hands. So he's basically saying, vote for me because I can plug a hole in the tire. And, you know, I think what he's hoping to do there is appeal to some of those moron Republicans who live across the hard living line, or maybe other Democrats. I don't know. I think he's got to win a primary first. He might win. It's an open seat for governor in the state. But anyway, now he is trying to move the meter when it comes to pets. All right. Donut Dan says, that guy has a shitload of digital billboards all over. Is he running for a bigger office? Yeah, sexy Sheriff Swanson wants to be governor. I don't know if you knew that. There you go. Now you know. Okay. So here he is, and he's pretty good at his videos. I'll give him this. When it comes to like shooting these videos, he's pretty quick on his feet. Now, here he is. He's in one of Flint's most posh backyards and talking about how animals are taken care of and how we need to protect animals. Now, who can't get behind that? In my opinion, this is a great, great move. All right? Who doesn't want to get behind this?
You know what I think about when I see gates like this, chain link, boards and busted doors and these planks that are used to build, quote, shelter. And
this is, okay, by the way, he has his sexy designer jeans on. What he thinks about that this is the average Flint shithole is what it is.
Used to build, quote, shelter. And these cubby holes right here where people shove their animals in the middle of winter and their bowls are frozen with water and they're wrapped around a tree. I think of the rescuers, the adoptive parents, those who foster animals, all the work that they do, and nobody helps them.
Okay. Now, he may think of that, but I think that what I think of first is finding those people that do that to those animals and shoot them. That's what I think, first and foremost. And then get those animals and give them to Maureen.
There's no partnership with the state to help when people take money out of their own budget, go buy dog food, cat food, and straw. You put gas in your car when you go out at night just to help animals. Why are we not partnering with rescuers? Why?
Great question. I didn't know we weren't. Now, I'm pretty sure that Maureen's organization, which is called Ales and Tails, or Wag the Tail, Tail Time, Get Some Tail, is partnered with Sheriff Swanson. Correct me if I'm wrong, Maureen, but that's not like the state. He wants the state to be partnered to help these people, to fund them, give them state-appointed dollars to these people like Maureen.
I know you got to partner with shelters, because that's what I'm going to do.
To, take care of the animals.
That's not a promise, that's a commitment as a governor. Because I know that if you can take care of animals, then you're taking care of people. Just like I know as a sheriff, you abuse, torture, starve an animal to death, that leads to child abuse, elder abuse, and even domestic abuse. There's a direct connect. So we're going to help support those that rescue and foster and adopt, and we're also going to hold you accountable. You beat, torture, starve an animal to death in Michigan, you're going to be on a list, and we're going to get those animals rehoused and not stuck in cages. That I can promise you.
There you go. Fuck yes. That's a mic drop. By the way, Donut Dan with, I see his billboards everywhere. Did you not notice on the billboards that at the bottom of it, his name, it says, for governor? Now, I got to admit, it is hard for me to not be swayed to considering a vote for the sexy sheriff. There, I said it. He had driven me away with his pep talk while he works out videos. I was like, this is stupid. Stop doing that. Now he's actually telling me something that he wants to do when he's the governor, instead of stupid pep talk while he's riding the Peloton. Juan from Cuba is here. He says, does Sarah McLachlan sing a song for this one? Yeah, that was some perfect music for it. Maureen says he does partner with us, and it is called Saving Tails Animal Rescue Star. STAR, Saving Tails. I should know this. I don't know why I don't. I knew it had something to do with getting some tail. Kind of. Anyway, great job to the governor. The sheriff, hoping to be the governor. This was something that developed last week, and I wanted to share it with you then, but it was kind of a nutty week, so I'm going to share it with you now. By the way, before we get to this, Maureen says the hoarding case got a continuance the other day. I don't know what that means, but it's something. This was the idiot who had like 100 dogs and a bunch of dead dog bodies and dead pets and shit in Flint, and then 3 of those puppies were given to Maureen. She's caring for those puppies, and I love that. I love that Maureen is caring for those puppies. She showed those puppies to us a couple weeks ago on the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast, and I'm hopeful that next week she will still have the puppies so she can share how much, excuse me, they have grown in a 2 or 3 weeks' time. All right. So these folks were driving along in Omaha, Nebraska. They're parked at there's a stoplight. This is some, camera they got at the intersection. Now, we want to be observing right here. You won't miss it. I mean, just watch what happens here. As a couple of cars, they're just starting their day. There's no sound to this video. This chick's running across the street. You got the red car there, and you got the truck next to him, and this guy's coming across on his Razor scooter. Traffic going the other way as we watch these two. Cars get behind the truck and the red car. And then right there, oh my gosh, a sinkhole opens up and those trucks are gone, or those vehicles are gone. They are now in the hole. Holy shit. What? What a shocker that would be. Oh, and then this guy in black truck here, he's inches away from that. People can't believe it. People start making their way over to offer some assistance, kind of, I guess. Oh, my God. Okay, this one runs over. Lady climbs out. She's all right. But my God. I wonder what the damage of those vehicles are, because those cars kind of fell in there a little gently. Like if you look at it. They're probably fine. Hell, that truck, if the front end was just a little higher, you might be able to get out of that thing. Holy shit. You ever see the one about there was a sinkhole that ate up like the Corvette Museum or something like that? Sinkhole Corvette Museum video. I forget where this is in the U.S. Isn't it in like Toledo maybe? Oh, it's Bowling Green, Kentucky. February 12th, 2014. February 12th, 2014. A 40-foot wide, 30-foot deep sinkhole collapsed under, of all places, the National Corvette Museum Sky Dome in Bowling Green, Kentucky, swallowing numerous rare vehicles. Security camera footage went viral, captured the floor collapsing at 5:38. Oh, my God. All right, we got to see.
The right way to top a sub is with real
First,
red
we gotta
wine
hear
vinegar
about Jersey
made from
Giant
red
and
grapes.
Jersey Mike's subs. Let's skip ahead. Okay, here you go. Corvette Museum footage of when the sinkhole opens up and consumes rare Corvettes. Okay. Uh-oh, it's starting, I think. There it goes. It's bit by bit. Oh, no. Can you imagine if there's like a motion sensor in there? And it's got a lot more to go. It's going. And then you get, if you're the guy that runs the joint, hey, there's something going on inside of the museum. And then you click on the thing, and the next thing you know, you see the Corvettes falling into the ground, never to be gotten again. And I believe this is just the tip of the iceberg, because there was 9 Corvettes that went in there. I'm getting a suggestion. Bag it easy and save this awesome material for when you get the system fixed. Well, yes and no, because we're still having a problem with the live stream. You got to understand, though, I still have to publish the audio podcast. So whether I'm doing it with you here some of the time, doing the show with you here some of the time is better than doing it with no one actually watching it, actually recording just an audio podcast. That is, you know that song by Three Dog Night? One is the loneliest number. That's how it is. It's like almost depressing. I need you. I need you here, even if you're just here part-time. So what I'll do is I'll just keep going It'll reconnect. And then hopefully when we try it again, it'll work. Or I will have made a change. There we go. All right. John Mellencamp is touring. In fact, John Mellencamp is going to, I love John Mellencamp. He is going to be at, we have a brand new venue in Grand Rapids called the Acrisure Amphitheater. It's a 10,000 capacity, 10,000 venue outdoors right on the beautiful Grand River, and it's going to be completed. The first show is 2 months and 10 days away. Lionel Richie with our good pal Brian Vander Ark will be opening up the Acrisure Amphitheater. John Mellencamp will be there July 10th. He's getting in shape for his tour. This video of John Mellencamp getting in shape on the treadmill.
Hey, I'm trying to get in shape for my tour next summer. I'm playing 2.5 hours, nothing but hits. So I thought I better cut it. Get in shape, you know what I mean?
You're not watching this. You don't see this. Why would I just play a video of John Mellencamp walking on a treadmill? And that is because John Mellencamp is smoking a cigarette while he's on.
Hey, I'm trying to get in shape for...
Hey, this guy is one of those ones that I can't believe he's alive because of the amount of cigarettes that guy has consumed. There was a time, I remember in the 1990s, he had an album out and he was going to tour, and then he held off because he was having heart trouble, and it was because of the smoking. And he said, hey, everybody, I have good pink houses for you and me. I'm quitting smoking. But he hasn't. And legendary smoker. He is right up there with the ones that I can't believe still alive. Nikki Sixx is the all-timer for being still alive after what that guy did to himself. That makes Nikki Sixx makes John Mellencamp look like a health nut. He is never not smoking. Stand by. All right. By the way, John Mellencamp with Bill Maher is a must watch. John Mellencamp, Bill Maher, hilarious. Let's see. I need a short video. I don't want a long one. All right. This is a video. Let's get these boys up there. It's going to be a small video on the screen. I apologize for that.
Thanks, partner.
You're welcome, partner.
John's lighting Bill's cigar. Or cigarette.
Viceroy's. Cool, refreshing flavor.
But that's not a viceroy.
It's a joke. I'm doing an ad from 1958.
Yeah. How old were you when you first started smoking?
20.
10.
Hey, take top of that, bitch.
Yeah.
10.
I wasn't like a full-time smoker, but, you know, my uncles smoked, my grandfather smoked, my dad didn't smoke, but, all those guys smoked.
So you say you weren't a full-time smoker at 10, just when you were drinking?
Well, let me tell you something. If you knew me and I knew you at 20 in 1970, you would have been afraid of me.
I'm afraid of you now. You're a crazy liar.
You would have been afraid of me, but you could have probably whipped me because my bark was really big, but my bite, I lost every fucking bite.
And where did this chip on your shoulder come from?
My Mellencamp.
What does that mean?
What do you mean, what does that mean?
You say it like we all know Mellencamp, famously in history, are people who are pricks. No, what does that mean?
My uncle was the toughest guy in Seymour. Nobody fucked with Joe Mellencamp. Just didn't do it. Didn't do it. And like I said, there wasn't much to do. I can remember being a little kid in the back, sitting in his truck, and he's driving me, and he's babysitting me. And he goes, hey, just stop. I'm going to stop here for a second. He gets out of the car, and he walks over to this guy and beats the fuck out of him. And I'm like a little kid just watching all this shit. He gets back in the car. He leaves the guy laying there like a wet rag. He gets back in the car. He looks at me and he says, don't tell your mom about this, okay? I said, okay, I won't tell anybody.
Okay, that's a fantastic conversation. I could watch those two do their thing. I love that type of fucking dialogue between people. That type of conversing is like next level. It's next level. Oh, that's fantastic. My God. All right, where am I now? I think I'll save. You're right. There are some great things that I do want to save. That it's all kind of wacky, and I'm kind of crispy right now, so I'm just gonna bail. But I'll head over to Patreon a little later on and do a show. I think we all know that the asshole of the day is Twitch. I think we can all. It's not Twitch. It's Streamlabs. Streamlabs is the asshole of the day. I give them the vote. I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know, because I haven't even pinpointed the stupid problem with this. So my bad if I'm wrong. Several folks that need to get a shout out include Frank Fuss over at mypolicyshop.com. If you have insurance through the marketplace and you ever have questions about your policy, or you want to change your policy or something like that, you need Frank Fuss in your life. His services are free. You need to have him like on speed dial, the same way you might have like your accountant or your doctor. To get some time with Frank, which all of his services are free, is appointmentwithfrank.com. He's a great sponsor, great friend, and I love that man. Appointmentwithfrank.com is where you go for anything related to the marketplace. People who have insurance in the marketplace are either unemployed, in between, that's the same thing, are either in between jobs, their boss does not offer health care, or they own their own business, like your old pal EZ. Appointmentwithfrank.com, that is where you go. While I'm here, shout out to Kuiper Tree Care, 616-828-8225. Great place when it comes to getting the trees cut down, stumps ground up, all that fun stuff. You can either go to their website, KUIPER treecare.com, or you can call or text 616-828-8225. As always, Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV. If you ever have a problem with your car, this is who you take the car to. They're right in the middle of Grand Rapids, Michigan. Amazing family-owned business, ervines.com. Don't just take my word for it. Look at all their amazing Google reviews displayed prominently on their website, ervines.com. Work on your car, work on your hybrid, work on your EV. They've got all the follow-up education with their techs to make sure that they are up to speed on every update. It's like updated firmware everywhere you go with the techs at Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV. Okay. I'm going to end this, and I'll talk to you on Patreon a little later on. You guys are special. If I don't talk to you on the Patreon, then I will be back with you on Monday, because tomorrow we will lay Dad to rest. Thank you again for your support during all of this very, very dramatic sequence. Yes. Doesn't make much sense, but I don't think I am in. So, during all of the things that have happened, I appreciate your support is what I'm trying to say. Thank you, folks. Have a good one, and bye-bye.